Okay, now we have to add these points properties in the Excel sheet. That is, points have only XY coordinates. So we can add the points properties here. We'll insert the handle here so that we can modify it later with using this handle. Then numbers, number of the points, then X, Y. First row we will add the headers. That's handle, point number, then X axis, Y axis, Z axis, that coordinate. Sorry, not axis, coordinates. So let us modify the code. Name row as integers for Excel row. Now sheet 1, as we said before, 1 dot cells. First row is row 1. So we will assign value is equals 1. Okay, sheet 1 dot cells. Row 1 dot text is equals handle. These are headers we are making column head for the Excel data. Then next, 2 column 2 is serial number. Then next, X axis, X coordinate. Then Y, that is 4 column. This is third column. Third column. Then fifth column. It is Z coordinate. Now we will create a selection set for these objects we added, that's points. So we have to find out the first and the last objects. We collect the index number of the first objects. So first index number is the total count of the objects which we total count of the objects before adding the points. So declare the first index as here. Then set value index is equals my drawing dot order space put count. This is just before adding the object. Then we have to add the last index just after the last point. So last index is integer. The last index is the model space count -1. That's the index number. Now we will create a selection set. Here before I just so that we are not confused. It is Excel data. create a selection set here. My selection, my set as a card selection set. We'll create a selection set in the drawing, not in the macro. We are going to create a selection set in the drawing so that we can select the set, select the objects in any other macro by using this selection set name. So we are creating selection set. Drawing board selection sets. It's the collection. We'll create a selection set in the selection sets collection. Add. We can give any name as my points. Okay, we can select this selection set by this name, even without the name, without using the name of variable. So there is one problem is there. If there is already a selection set in the drawing with my points name, it will give an error message. So we will do one thing. We will delete the point this selection set, then create new one with the same name. So we will create a error trapping. Error resume next. Okay, on error resume next. So when the macro try to add a selection set with my points name, if the selection set exists in the drawing, it will give an error message. So if error dot description is not equal to empty, then error dot clear, then we will choose the same name. Set my set is equals my drawing dot selection sets. Instead of that, we will just give the name. So it will assign my set to the my point selection sets. But if there is any objects are there, we will clear this objects. Dot set dot clear. So we have to empty the selection set my points before adding the objects. Okay. Now we will collect all the points we added, then include add to the my points selection set. So we'll create another card point. Here we will use an array variable to include all card points which we added now. So this array size will be last index minus first index. As card and date. or we can say we have added only points, so we can say cut point. Now here there is another problem. We cannot use variables in the declaration, so we have to use redeem. So before that we have to make a specific dimension, give a specific dimension to the variable. So here 0 index means there's only one point. So we'll resize the array with the redeem. So that we can use a variable last index minus first index. Now here already we declared the size of card point. So we can add all objects to this card point. Now we will go through all these card points. Is equals start index minus I is equals 0 to u bound card point. Set card point. We are using array. We have to indicate the index number. I is equals my drawing dot model space dot item. Index number there is when it is I0, the start index is equals the object point index will be start index plus I. So 0 it will be start index plus 0. Next I. Now we'll add these card points to our selection set. My set dot add items card points. Now we will go to the Excel. So for I is equals 0 you don't card points sheet 1 dot cells. Here row will be I plus 2 because we already added header to the first row. So as there is when I is 0, there must be the row must be 2. So cells I plus 2. We will write here row is equals I plus 2. So row 1 dot value is equals card point 0 dot handle. First is handle, then next second column that is I plus 1 serial number I plus 1. third column is x 0 dot coordinates 0. Fourth column is y, and fifth column z value. We close the loop. Next, I will make a just a message that's the code finished. So we'll get total number of total and the value of the points. You want card points, sorry, point plus 1. So u bound is starting from this u bound will be less than total count plus 1 and number of points added. It's almost finished. We can check the macro. So first index, here it is not the start index, first index. Okay. Named selection set exist. This is what I said before. So here we already error type has been defined. Options. There is general, break on all errors. Even even there is a error trapping, you can it will break on the all error. We are just select break on unhandled errors only. So now it will run. So total 37 number of points added. Just check the file. Oh, it is not added. Head is not added. The remaining is okay. Then in the drawing, so it's added these points. So what happened to the headers? Sheet 1 dot cells row 1 dot text. Just change the value. Now erase the objects. Run again. Total 37 points added. That's okay. Here also there is points. Now we will create multiple polyline. Copy these polylines and add lines and circles. We will see how it selects only polyline. It's also polyline. go to Excel VBA. As we said before, we have to change the polyline object. So from here, between the just before the polyline. So we can take this first index outside the polyline, so that before adding the points. So it is not, don't confuse that we are just here it is only declaring or assigning the object. We are not creating any objects here. So we are creating objects only points. So here first index, before assigning the value for polyline, we just first index. Otherwise, when we cycle through the polylines, it will change the first index value. So the same way, last index here, just before the last index, just after the point, we will till here we will loop using polyline. Each polyline we will add points, then pick point, then measure command, then add last point, then here we will go to the next polyline. For each object in this my drawing dot model space. For each object in my drawing dot model space, if object dot entity is equals ACDB polyline, then set pline is equals object, not item number, object. Then set pline object, then do everything, then add last point, then close the if statement with the end if, then close the loop with the next object. So for each object in the model space, then to go to next object if entity name is ACDB polyline. So we will check how it will work. Let's make it a trial run. Let's clear the data which we already entered. So clear. So total 262 number of points added. It's already added points along polylines only. Today's video ends here, and next video we will change this object by text and blocks, modifying properties of text and modifying the block attribute values. It's very useful. Thanks for watching.